attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. This is Ryan Hayes with Engage121. Jenny is on vacation today, so instead I have Mark DeAndrea joining us, and he's going to provide us a recap a little later of some social flow stats, but he'll also be answering any questions that come up during today's session. Again, as a reminder, our phone lines will be closed for the extent of the session. So if you do have questions, please do use the questions functionality in the GoToWebinar software. So today we're going to start with a recap of the reply as outlet functionality that we talked about last week that is now live in the application, and what sort of special permissions and things are involved with that. Then we're going to talk about the new calendar view for Planner and the corresponding Facebook fanlet calendar that ties into that. And then, as I mentioned earlier, we'll go through the social flow update with some of the stats that have come through from the trials that our clients have been completing on that. So we'll start today switching over into the application and talking about reply as outlet. So one of the things that we talked about last week is being able to comment on a Facebook post as an outlet. So this is a new permission level. So if there's something that that you want, or that you want to be able to, as an enterprise, as a corporate user on an enterprise account, reply as an outlet. This is a special permission that we need to turn on for your account. So you'll need to contact your client experience representative, and they'll be able to get that set up for you. If you do not have the special permission set up, what is available for every account that has outlets is the ability to comment as the corporate page. But so if I have something that comes into my listen feed that's a post on one of my outlet pages, and I want to comment on that as a corporate user, I'll click on comment, and then in the drop-down I have a selection of how I'm responding, how I want to respond to that post, how I want to comment on it. So if I don't have the special permission set, then I'll only see any connections that are connected to my corporate account here. So I can reply as a corporate user. I can comment on it as a corporate user. However, if I do have the permission turned on, I can choose to reply as the outlet. And if the outlet has multiple pages, we're automatically going to give you the page that they have, that this post came in on. So we'll choose that page that we're going to reply as. We'll type in a reply, and when we then hit engage, this will go through the standard approval process that you would already have in place for a standard Speak Local post, for example. So if we close this and refresh my planner here, you'll see that I have thanks for the comment as a localized post, which is sitting in my planner. It's pending approval by the outlet before that will actually post through. So if I then switch over to the outlets page, the outlets application, if they have email alerts set up for approvals, they'll have gotten that email alert and can approve it there. Or in Planner, they'll see the comment that's being made, what page it's being made to, and it can approve or reject that comment. So when they approve or reject that comment, it will go into the posting queue and then actually be posted out onto the page on Facebook. And then as the corporate user, if I review in Planner, I'll see that it is approved. and pending the submission through the queue. So that's going to go through and post on the Facebook page probably in a couple minutes, and we can confirm that, and we can review that a little bit later. But again, I want to make it clear that that's available for everyone, every enterprise account, but the actual ability to reply as the outlet instead of just commenting as the corporate page is a special permission that does need to be enabled for your account. So if that's something that you would like to do, please do contact your rep, and they'll be happy to help you out with that. Now, the next thing that I'd like to take a look at is the new calendar view for Planner and the corresponding Facebook Fanlet calendar that goes along with that. So we'll switch back over to the application. What you may have noticed this week is that we've added a couple of buttons to the Planner here. So you now have a button for adding events to your calendar. This includes custom events like we'll do today's training here at 10:15 until 10:45. And I'm going to put that on my calendar here. Now, you'll see that I can choose whether that is public or private. And if I want to post it to my calendar on Facebook. So we'll go through how all that works. And I can also choose whether I want to post it to my my outlets calendars. If I do that, this is functionality that is specific to the new outlet access version of the Engage121 application. So your outlets do need to be converted over to the new outlet access version in order to make use of the new calendar functionality. So if you have not done that yet, if you're not already on a path to completing that transition, I recommend that you do contact your client experience representative and get that planned out so that you can start making use of some of the new functionality that's being built in. And more importantly, so your outlets have access to all the great new features that are available there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll add that event to my calendar. The other thing you'll note under the Add Event button is that we now have Event Search. Some of you may remember this from Explore. When we updated the Explore interface, we decided to remove it from there and put it now into the Events section of Planner here. So we have in the event search, we have things from AP Planner, we have things from Social Web, and then we can do, searches on Facebook as well. AP Planner is an event database that has a wealth of anniversaries and awareness days and important birthdays and holidays and so on. And you can cycle through these looking at different time periods and find birthdays and events that might be important to you that you can do a campaign around, or things that you would want to have shared on your calendar. So I can have things like holidays and festivals. Note obviously that it is Independence Day, so I'll put that on my calendar, for example. So I can choose to put all these things onto my calendar, and I'll see them here in the queue. Now, right now I'm viewing everything in the list view. I can also switch to view it in the calendar view. In the mini version of Planner with it collapsed down, I see the dates with which days have events on them, and I can click on those and see below the events that are being reflected there. Additionally, I can expand this out and look at a larger calendar, and I can see more information about what those different events are. And I can cycle through this and click on one to bring it up in the planner where I can make edits to it. I can mark whether it's public or private and so on. So I can choose, I can filter through everything here. I can choose how I want to display it, whether I want to share it or whether I want it to be private. Now, that's the component that is involved with the planner and how it actually looks in the application. But what we've also built is we've built a Facebook application that will also share those public events that you want to post. So our outlets are able to put this on our page, and if we create an event that's public that shows up on their calendar, then it will post to their page on Facebook. Or if I only post it to my own page and I want to put that calendar app up there, I'm going to go back into the account section. I'm going to go to Profile. I'm going to go to Preferences, choose my page from the Page tabs dropdown, and then we have a button here to add the Calendar tab to the page. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to connect with Facebook and add that tab onto my page. Now, I'm going to switch over to Facebook here, and you can see that at this point I don't have the calendar installed, but when I refresh my page here, we can take a look at the drop-down, and now I have the calendar there. So I'm going to click on that, and we can take a look at how that calendar looks in Facebook. So we can see that I have my product update event that I just created. It is in there. I have the Independence Day event that I made public is now in there. So I can easily put a bunch of different events with details onto Facebook, where I have a calendar that can be viewed by anyone viewing my Facebook page. Additionally, obviously, the huge benefit to this is being able to have that calendar installed for all of your outlets' Facebook pages and be able to put new events onto there. If I'm a restaurant and I have Wednesday happy hour specials, I can create an event in my application, in the Engage121 application, for those happy hour specials, and instantly publish it to all of the calendars that my outlets have installed. So again, taking all of those those very local publishing tools and rolling it all up to the corporate level, so you can do a massive amount of content publishing with a single click. But again, this does require the new outlet access application to be set up for your outlets. So if you have not done that yet, I do recommend that you connect with your rep and get started down that path. And certainly, if you haven't spent any time looking at what features are available there, I do recommend getting a demo of that as well. So the next thing that we'd like to talk about is some of the updates on the numbers for social flow. So at this point, I am going to turn things over to Mark, who will be able to give us a little bit of insight into that information. And let's make sure that I can do that. Oh. All right. Mark's audio is not working, so I'm going to hand off to him directly here and switch our screen. So go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Ryan. What I'm basically going to do for you briefly, and just to set the framework here, as I believe everyone on this webinar knows, we began this free trial May 1st. And the data that is being shared with you here is twofold. One, we're looking at a total of 21 accounts. We're looking at what I would consider user accounts, folks who are actively using social flow as a posting method for their tweets currently. And what we've done is we've actually taken the data that existed pre-social flow from these accounts and have done a direct comparative on those tweets to their social flow usage. So what you're essentially looking at is a direct side-by-side comparison of increase. As it shows here, amongst these 21 accounts, we are looking at a month-over-month increase of 5.9% on fans and followers. So again, what that means is we took a snapshot of the fan and follower growth for the preceding months, did a direct comparative against the months using social flow, and saw an almost 6% month-over-month increase. Additionally, we took the information from the retweets that occurred through Engage121 as a result of the posts and did a direct comparative, and we looked at now essentially a 237% increase. Now this is a rolling increase. This is a cumulative increase because there is essentially, again, taking the comparative of the first 2 months against the 2 months use of social flow has given us an increase overall of 237%. A pretty impressive increase. The next slide I'm going to show you is what I would call the most active users. Good thing is we're at the top. The most active users as it relates to social flow. So these folks, us included, we'd be a bad use case provider if we weren't doing the same study. These are the most active users who, I mean, essentially almost every post that these folks are sending out right now, and I know Engage121 is, are using social flow for just about every tweet that they post. So on our account, we're looking at an 8% retweet increase, which is fairly impressive with the amount of tweeting that we do. Home Run London is looking at a 36% increase. And one of the things, actually, if I could step back real quick to Engage121, keep in mind that we are B2B. These other 3 companies here are B2C. So typically you're going to see on the B2C side a little bit more of an ability to optimize because you're essentially the topics in which you're trying to encourage your customers to actively or act on, I should say, is going to be more significant. So social flow will really pay dividends in that market even more. So what we're looking at here at Home Run London at 36%, Golden Corral at 241%, and California Closets at 527%. And I know that number seems dramatically high. So the initial question might be, well, is this were they just not tweeting before? Are they tweeting now? They're actually very active. I would have to say for all of the accounts that you're seeing up here, these are fairly active accounts, and the increases that you're seeing here are very real. So the thing I would suggest to everyone who's listening right now is social flow does work. We're seeing it work. And if you have the ability to optimize the content that you're pushing out, specifically as it relates to customer-focused data, I would consider that to be a home run or a win-win for yourself and the customers. So that's all I have for today. What I would say to all of you on the webinar right now is if you have additional questions as it relates to social flow, there still is 1 month remaining on this trial offer, the entire month of July, which is more than enough time for you guys to see an increase or optimization metrics against what you do. I would strongly suggest that you give a call to customer service and please explain to them that you'd like to get the trial moving. If you already have it signed up, please start using it. Realistically, we're just trying to show that there is an additional benefit for you folks here, and we'd really like you to take advantage of it. So with that concludes our session for today. So we certainly appreciate you joining us, and until next time, we'll be here next Friday. Thank you, guys. Bye. I don't know if you wanted to say something.